working at least somewhat. Jeff, why don't you say some words?
Hi, everyone.
And Amanda, how about you?
I like words. I'm known to word.
You have been known to do a word or two.
I've heard she's written some words.
I have.
In fact, she's written magical words. Next, we're just going to go clockwise is Linda. How about you? Can you say something?
Hello, how you doing? Can you
Okay.
hear me? Hello.
I can. And how about you, John?
Hey.
I heard the bird's the word.
Okay. And you know what, Jeff? I was messing with your levels a little bit. Can you say something again?
Hi, everyone.
All right, there you go. All right. I just turned you up a tiny bit. So, and all right, I'm just confirming. I'm panicked about my microphone because it has been causing so many problems recently. So, let's get rolling. So, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Engaged Family Gaming Podcast. My name is Steven Dutzman. I'm your host as always, and this week we have a full house again. And podcast night is best night as always. Let's do some introductions and then we'll just go right into stuff. First up, we have Jeff from the Frozen North. Sir, how are you?
I am doing good, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing great. Did you have a good WrestleMania weekend?
It was. Now gearing up. Kind of the lull down. Watched the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. Some great stories came out of it. I'm excited to see where they're going from here.
Yep, it's exciting. Backlash is on Saturday, and
No, 2 Saturdays.
2 Saturdays?
Yeah.
Man, oh, that's terrible because I actually have stuff going on in 2 Saturdays.
Me too.
Because I'm going to be at PAX, so I guess we'll just deal with that. So, man, I wanted to watch that. Anyway, I'll just watch it on my phone. Next, Amanda, you're back.
I am.
How are you?
Glad to be podcasting.
I'm very excited.
Glad to not be sick anymore, too.
Yeah, man, listen, between you being sick and then you gallivanting off to New York, which is, I guess you don't really have to gallivant to get to New York.
I don't have to gallivant far. I just have to get on a train.
You just have to saunter to a train. And forgive me, I didn't declare your title. Obviously, this is Amanda, the Princess of Power, and my very best friend in the whole wide world. It is so great to have you. So you
Always
went
good to be
so.
here.
Can you tell us what happened when you went to New York to play Dungeons and Dragons? Was this like a friend thing?
I didn't play Dungeons and Dragons.
So
I
what
went
was
in
this?
to go and see Sam Bayart in the 20-sided tavern.
Oh,
And then
you watched a Dungeons and Dragons performance.
And then I took Sam out for a drink.
Oh, because you know everyone.
I do.
Fair enough.
I'm
Well,
blessed like that, honestly.
yeah.
I have
Well-
very lovely friends, up to and including all of you.
Oh, how nice is that? I'm not as cool as some of your other friends, but that's okay. You have some really cool friends.
They're cooler than me, so don't even stress.
I don't know if that's true. So following up that amazing introduction and gushing, and the return of Amanda, we have Linda. Linda, the Mistress of Magnificence, otherwise known as Mom. Linda, it has been so long since I've seen you.
Ages. I mean, what's been like a whole 2 days?
A whole 2 days. This past weekend was EFG Con, where myself and Linda and Marie, our crafting writer, along with some help from some of our kids, and Jeff and John, he was there with his wife on Saturday.
I sent a text of a request.
You did. Listen, I'm talking about who was physically in the building. Jeff participated, though. The people physically in the building generated most of a magazine. We had some stuff that I had to wait for that is embargoed until the early part of May, so I had to wait. But we made a digital magazine this weekend, and it will come out on May 6th. I can confirm that because I'm going to put it out so that it matches a deadline, because I told a PR person that I would do so, and they were very excited. I don't want them to be disappointed in me. Trust me, you'll get it when you get it. So, and last but not least, John Tomlinson, the man behind the curtain. Sir, how are you?
Doing great.
Awesome. Glad to have you. So when last we met, we were talking about Switch pre-orders and all sorts of nonsense. And in the interim, Switch pre-orders happened, and there was a lot of nonsense. So show of hands. Show of hands doesn't really work on an audio podcast. Let's sound off. Did everyone who wanted one get one? I got one.
I got 2.
I got 2 originally. I canceled 1.
All right. So everybody got at least part of what they needed. I mean, I know you are in a unique household and that you guys probably have a mighty need for many of them, but 2
We're
is
only
pretty
going to
good.
be keeping one. We're making sure that just in case one of our lovely friends wasn't able to get one, that we're able
Same.
to make sure.
Same here.
That is awfully nice. I mean, you do that every console launch.
We
So,
do. Every console launch, we do that. We always do.
I scored 5 PS5s and 4 Xboxes.
I know. And you
Yeah,
weren't scalping
buddy.
them. To be
No,
clear,
no.
you wasn't scalping them.
Yeah.
It's just helping people out.
Ethically scalping.
Okay. Well,
It was more like we're holding them for a buddy.
yeah, I don't think we want to use scalping. Let's just not use that word.
We're just holding them for pals.
Ethically acquiring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, sure. Hold them for pals. Let's not make up new words. We're holding them for pals. And I can say I have benefited greatly from Amanda and Mike's super ninja pre-order skills.
I was up very, very late. Very late.
Was very
Me
glad.
too.
I was very glad that I didn't mess with that. But because apparently it was chaos. But
It was
I ended up
absolute chaos.
the exchange of that was that I was sitting outside of a Blockbuster in Bristol, Connecticut for 6 hours.
A blockbuster?
Not a Blockbuster, a GameStop. Blockbuster
That's
was right.
basically a Blockbuster.
The old Blockbuster was just a few feet away, really. It wasn't that far. Now, admittedly, I would have gone later, but Evan had to work at 6 and he only worked until 10. So it was like, I wasn't gonna, like, what's the point of going home and then coming back? So I just hung out. And the only problem is that one of the guys there was that was there before me, because I was there at 6 and there was someone there before me. And he was very, very chatty, very opinionated, and very ill-informed.
No.
And so it was very difficult for me. You guys will be very proud. I didn't correct him once.
That's impressive because I would have.
Wow.
The only time I corrected him, I tried to guide the conversation because he was like, well, I mean, we're getting, we should all be really excited. We're all going to get to Switch 2. We're all playing Mario Kart. And that's got to be like our game of the year, right? Just automatically. And I was like, wait, dude, it's April.
Yeah.
There's a lot of year left, And he's like, oh, come on. You're waiting in line 6 hours for a Switch 2. Your Mario Kart. And I was like, listen. And I thought in that brief moment, it was like time slowed down. And remember like the Sherlock Holmes movie where it's like he's talking to himself, like what he needs to do. In that moment was like, these are all the things that I could say to this guy. And then at the end of it, I said, you know what? I still have to stand here with this guy for 2 more hours. So I elected to keep my damn trap shut and say, you know what? I'm going to love it no matter what. Because I am. It's Mario Kart. I have never not liked a Mario Kart. But yeah, he was just, I don't think he stopped talking for 6 hours.
That's so much.
Oh, jeez.
As a fellow yapper, no.
I mean, I love me some yapping, but
I
it's tough.
love a yap.
It's tough with strangers that I can't like vibe with. And he and we did not vibe.
There was no vibe there.
But
He did not pass the vibe check.
he didn't. I mean, he was a nice enough guy. When I say he was misinformed, I don't mean like in dangerous and bad
He was
ways.
just a little overzealous.
Yeah. Oh man. And they had a whole conversation about scalpers. It was very interesting. So, with that said, there were like 50 people in line behind me, and there was no stress, no fuss. Everybody was in a good mood. A bunch of people brought out extra lawn chairs for other people. It was like
That's
it was
legit.
downright. Like it was really, really pleasant. There was like one older lady that walked by us and she was the first woman there. And she was like, well, I guess I'm the first girl. And she's like, I hope I'm not the only one. And then she sat down and just read a book and ignored us the rest of the time. And I was like, well, I guess it didn't
I really
matter.
respect that.
It was great. Hey, it's Kanky Kang. And she just,
with a tie.
it was, well, of course he has a tie. It was great though. It was a super positive experience. And then we got it and we're done. Did anybody order a camera? That was going to be the other question that I had. Did anybody order a camera?
I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
But I'm probably getting that piranha plant.
I mean, the piranha plant one is like
It's just It has.
I
to.
just want that for the office.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
use it. I just
Yeah.
want to have it on my desk. It's like a Piranha Plant Funko Pop practice.
Exactly.
I'll just use that as my webcam for work.
Nah, because it's only like it's so crappy. The quality on it is actually really bad.
That's true.
So you wouldn't want to use that. You got to use the nice 4K jobs that you can get for $100. But anyway, what was really interesting, and I think the thing that I want to share with the audience here that is relevant is the GameStop manager came out and had like a big long conversation with us, and from what he understood, and Amanda, you can correct me if you have other additional information, but his understanding based on talking to other GameStop managers is that the console is not the thing that is going to be in like low supply. Like it's Bristol, Connecticut, and they got 40 something of them, but he only got 5 cameras. He only got 18 Pro controllers for pre-order, and
that sounds right.
Their understanding is that the allotments for the peripherals are going to be pretty low.
Yeah.
So that means if launch day comes out and you happen to see one and you think you might want one, don't fart around. Because they're probably going to be hard to find.
The tariffs will get you.
Yeah,
otherwise.
I was able to pre-order a Pro controller from Target with my red card, so the 5% kind of did the tariff for me, and so I'm like, might as well get it now before they raise these even more.
Or they just don't release them in many of them in the United States to avoid shenanigans.
I know I need a new Pro controller. My original Pro controller is from the Smash Brothers set when that game came out.
Oh yeah, so I mean, listen, we ended up pre-ordering a Pro controller. It was my oldest that desperately needed one. So I know, Linda, you and your family is waiting. And so all of the stress of trying to pre-order and everything, you guys dodged it very nicely. So, but.
And we're just going to bide our time.
Exactly. Well, and also, it's not like we're not just going to bring them over to your house during summer EFG Con and play Mario Kart with you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Multiple switches in the house.
You'll get the demo before to make the decision. The only downside is, I mean, we bring it over and all of a sudden Linda turns into a hardcore gamer. She's going to have to be ready for the new Soulsborne game. You know what I mean?
She's got to. That vampire game looks so cool.
Dustbloods.
Yeah, Dustblood. You know what's really interesting is one of the tools that I use to help edit the software gets really confused about Dustblood. And last time when we used it, it killed the captions. Like every time we said it killed captions for like a minute afterwards.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what about Dustbloods did that.
Maybe the blood.
Oh, I mean, it was just
probably
no, because we talk about Headshot Central. But who knows? It was really funny. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Linda. Well, I mean, they are bringing Elden Ring to the Switch too, so we know that's Linda's game of the century.
Is it like Night Rain or something?
No, is Night Rain and the original Elden Ring coming to Switch too?
That's not confirmed.
I think just Elden Ring I don't think even the DLC was confirmed.
That is correct. It is just the base game as far as I know.
I mean,
so far.
Bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Witcher,
if it sells
Witcher
like
3 is on Switch, so
if a bunch of nerds buy it,
on a card.
If a bunch of nerds buy it,
the
DLC will follow. I like to call that the Peppa Pig principle. Because who would have ever thought that Peppa Pig would get paid DLC? I guess anyone that knew that it sold a good trillion copies. So anyway, so that's our Switch experience. I'd love to hear if anybody in the chat grabbed one. So you can throw in the comments if you did get a Switch, or if you wanted one, didn't get it. Let us know. Throw it in the comments. Can
I just say, for those of you who haven't got one, keep an eye out, because that's how John and I both got our second ones. I was just scrolling Facebook. Someone mentioned them being up possibly at Walmart again. And I went, and I wasn't able to get a Mario Kart bundle that night. So I went for the non-Mario Kart bundle. And then I was able to just pre-order a Mario Kart bundle. And I'm texting John, and then Yours wasn't up when I texted you, and
Yep,
then it showed
it took
up
a
about
half hour, and
yeah,
then
like
I
30
scored
minutes.
one.
30 minutes later, he texted me. I was like, I got one.
Yeah, the long and short of it is this is a weird pre-order cycle because the world is weird.
I think that's kind of what happened with PS5 with me, because I didn't get pre-order day, but a few days later when they started trickling, then I was able to catch one from all the different ones. And then after launch day, it was just like trickling all
sporadic,
around. Yeah.
So this is a weird pre-order period. We know Nintendo is trying to meet the demand. We don't know if they can. It's going to be a whole thing. So we're going to find out. The good news is we don't have to wait that much longer. We're about 6 weeks away-ish from the actual release of this console, which is absolutely wild to me.
Exciting.
I got it at GameStop, which means I got a midnight launch. Me and the big guy are going to go at midnight to get it. We're going to go well before midnight to get it and bring it home and start putting stuff up on TikTok and YouTube about it. We already have a plan. It's going to be fun. So enough about the Switch that doesn't come out for 6 weeks. Let us talk about the games that we have been playing. Amanda, you were in New York doing cool people stuff.
I was.
But I know, and we talked about this game a little bit last week, but I mean, we have audience members that would listen to you read the phone book. So we would like to hear your thoughts on Blueprints.
Okay.
You know that actually happened, right? I read that comment on the air. Somebody said that they would listen to you read the phone book.
I don't remember that, but I absolutely trust you.
I remember that.
I trust you. I don't remember anything. My brain is I am a goldfish. My bad. So we went down to a social deduction board game event in DC this weekend.
Yep. Okay.
And that's the reason why I wasn't able to be at EFG Con. So I don't do social deduction games. They're not really my thing, but my husband loves them. So I was like, I'll get out of my comfort zone. But then I didn't want to be there anymore. So we went back to the spot that we were staying in, and we ended up booting up Blueprints. And we proceeded to play it for 3.5 hours without a break. We lost track of time and we got in flow state. And yeah, that is exactly what we did. So Blueprints is an engine building game at its core. It is a roguelike engine building game. And for anyone that knows me, knows that that is very much a Manda-coded game. I love card games. I loved Betrayal at House on the Hill and everything like that. And when we started playing Blueprints, it was just the most exquisite experience. And we brought Vivian into it, and Vivi played with us. And, you know, we started a Google Doc so that all 4 of us could drop our notes in with our individual playthroughs as well as our family playthrough. So we have like charts, we've got pictures, we've got notes. Like, it's incredible how this turned into such a community building event within our family. I really, really like Blueprints, folks. Like, I literally can't stop thinking about it. Like, I can't stop.
I beat it on Thursday or Friday, and I'm still playing it for like 2 or 3 hours a night.
It's perfect.
It's just there's
It's
so
just
much
so
more to
good.
do when you're done, and just
And the
getting there
lore,
faster. Yeah, exactly.
the world building is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Like, I just love it.
It's one of those games that opens up the more you play it, even when you beat it.
Oh.
And it just has a
John, I gotta
like,
text you after this, man. I gotta tell you all the things that I got up to, because oh boy, it is no yoke.
It just has that taste of like Gone Home and Mist.
Yes.
And all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
With the deck building. Like
the engine building.
Yeah, the engine
That's
building.
really what
It's
it
just,
is. Like, it's the synergies with the rooms, and it's just, listen, folks, I would love to sit here and tell you all about my strategies and why I think green rooms are the best rooms.
They really are.
They're so good.
Especially when there's dig sites in them.
That's true, and you have a shovel. But you should play this game. Yeah. You should drop everything else, and you should play Blueprints. And I don't say that very often, about games.
And
Like
bring your family in with it. Like
bring your
it's one
friends,
of
bring your
those-
family, bring your neighbors,
Yeah.
bring that guy down the street that you hate so
This
that
is-
you can rub it in his face how smart you are. Like, just do it.
This is
My-
one of the
my-
ones where like Steve's mom would enjoy watching this game.
That's
Like,
legit,
My
actually.
3-year-old liked watching me play and would comment on every room I found.
Yeah. It's pretty.
I mean, that sounds pretty normal.
That sounds great. I have not played a second of it yet, and that is
Yep.
entirely based on the fact that the general has requested that I wait and play it with her.
Yeah, she's gonna love it. so
She
much.
is. I am at her mercy. So
That's fair.
When
She
if
has to take notes. That's her job. She's got to sit there.
No,
with a
no.
notebook.
I mean, I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to determine what the general does. The general is in charge.
We
when
take
the general wants to be in
turns.
charge. But it is. I think it'll just. I don't know. But I kind of want to be the one taking notes because I'm actually quietly. Linda won't believe this, but everywhere except in the woods, I'm an amazing note taker. Linda's like, I don't believe that for a second. You fall asleep during puzzles, and I do.
Yeah.
But
If
here,
it's a video
I feel,
game, it's different.
well, this is different. I don't know. I mean, the reality is I could bounce off this real fast, but my understanding is that if I bounce off it initially, I just need to get good. And so
Yeah.
I'm just going to remember that, and it should be fine. I can't wait to play it.
I'm so excited. I want you to yell at me about it. That's the thing I'm most excited
Yeah.
about is for you and the general to just like yell at me about it all the time.
I'm going to make a Notion for it. I'm going
Do
to sign
it.
up for Notion
Mhm.
so that I can have it. And I have my iPad.
Don't threaten
It's
me
gonna
with
be
a
great.
good time.
I'm
Oh
either
my
going to do
God.
that or a Figma whiteboard. Think about it.
All of
How
this
big-
is a great idea.
Just so huge. Anyway, I just got extra nerdy. They're like, what's a Figma whiteboard? And every project manager is
a
like,
Mura board.
A Miro board, yeah.
yeah, every project manager was like, or UX designer is like,
Yeah, I see you.
I know
I
what
see
that
you.
is. So,
Narrative designer here, that's that's my bread and butter is in Miro.
exactly. So that is Blueprints. We talked about, like I said, we talked about it a little bit last week, but I really wanted to hear more thoughts. This is one of those games that came out of freaking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of games that more or less came out of nowhere, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 came out this past week, and it has taken the world by storm. There is not a single place that is not talking about it. Jeff, you have played a bunch. John played an hour. Amanda and I have not played it yet.
No, but it's on my list.
Jeff, tell
Once I
us.
beat Blueprints.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say a bunch. I've probably played about 4 or 5 hours of it.
Good enough to talk
and
about it on a podcast.
Like other people, this game wasn't even on my radar until I saw people talking about it. So
I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go find a screenshot.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is the main premise of the story is that there is this goddess called the Paintress, and every year she paints a number, starting with 100 and working her way down. And everyone that is older than that number disappears. So you guys are Expedition 33 because her most recent number she painted is 34, which means when she paints 33 next year, your main character will be 34 and will disappear from the world forever. And then the whole goal is to go and find and destroy this god. It is turn-based combat, which I am loving, but not only just turn-based, they have a parrying mechanic. So kind of like if you've played the Paper Mario series where you can defend yourself against attacks by timing your attacks, you can also time your attacks by parrying and attacking the enemy back, or you can just dodge it, which has a higher, a larger window that you can avoid the attack, but you won't attack them back. Or then later on, I just got to a mechanic where now I can choose to parry, dodge, and there's some attacks I need to jump. But yeah.
So I just shared the screen and grabbed this is the screenshot that's like everybody has as the like the art in their article. But I just want to point out, this is not a cutscene.
This is in
just-
engine.
This is just
Not only that, that's like the least bit of the game that I've seen. There, every single thing, just walking through town in the beginning, is 100 times better than that screenshot. Like
But,
it is
It's
absolutely insane.
beautiful. After you get through the very first, you get to town, the first like wooded area. I was in, I don't know, it's kind of like an underwater area. There's like coral reefs everywhere, and there's one point where you're looking out into the vastness of the ocean, and you see a whale swimming over you. It's really pretty.
So, I do want to add some caveats. This is definitely one for the grown-ups. This is a mature themed game.
Absolutely.
So we're bringing it up. Blueprints, rated E 10+. So everybody get in. Love you some Blueprints. This is one for the grown-ups. A lot of cussing, a lot of mature themes, as you can imagine, right? Whole ages of populations dying at once. However, this is one of those games. It's on Game Pass because this is, it's on Game Pass, but it's on just about everything except for Switch. And it is $50.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a full price.
Yeah, it's $50. This is this company's first game. It's from a company out of France, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know the art
It's
and the
super
inspirations are French. So, but it is
Extremely French.
The voice cast has like Charlie Cox in it, Daredevil. And so
There's a couple other big names in there, but the main character, I think, is played by Clive from Final Fantasy 16.
Ben Starr.
Ben Starr.
Ben.
the
and-
famous guy that
but
is
the
interviewing Greg
character
Miller at
model-
PAX in 2 weeks.
The character model is like Robert Pattinson on Wish.com. He's just
Well, Well, all right.
he's so close. Like when you look at him for a second, he kind of looks like it.
So
That's
this
the back of his head, but yeah.
So yeah, this is the back of his head. So this is, I don't know why I clicked like I was going to be able to move the camera. But so this caught everybody by surprise. I can't wait to see more people play it. And I did just find out just about an hour and a half ago that there is a gameplay setting that you can turn on that will simplify the rhythm and QuickTime controls so that you can play through the game if you're bad at video games like me. There's a story mode that kind of turns all that off.
And this game also has one of the favorite mechanics that I wish more games had. When you get you actually wear new outfits, and your new outfits show up in the cutscenes.
That is actually pretty cool.
My guy is dressed as a mime and has a giant baguette on his back.
That's what we like to see.
So when you're watching these really serious cutscenes, and then you just can't help but laugh seeing him because then you see his giant baguette.
So that is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I can't wait to get my hands on that one. I'm going to play that this weekend. I know I am. So, Linda, last but not least, the Mistress of Magnificence. I know for a fact that you played some games this past weekend because I was there. I was there in the room where it happens. Linda, tell us about what you played.
So, because of the Minecraft movie coming out, Ravensburger sent me a couple of their board games that have come out in the past couple of years, and I got to play Builders and Biomes.
Ooh.
So this was neat. Yeah, no, and it was a neat game. It took us a bit to get set up. That's one of the critiques I've got, that it was a lot to set up, but once we got playing, the gameplay was actually really easy and the turns were really easy. So it's one of those persevere, get through the setup, and then it's a really light game we played. And it was a group of just 4 adults sitting and playing. So no huge Minecraft fans sitting at the table, just the way the dynamic played out. The kids actually were playing a different Minecraft game that they sent me. But this was really cute because you're moving around a grid that you create with the cards. And you have 2 actions you can do. You cannot repeat actions. So if you choose to pick up a card, you can't pick up a second card, things like that. And those choices were really, because there was a lot of limitation, it made the turns, I think, go quicker. But we played it just very leisurely. It was a nice, relaxed, we chatted over the table while we played it. And I could see, again, none of us are huge Minecraft fans, so it didn't catch us the same way when certain characters came up. We didn't always know what they were because we weren't big fans. But it was cute. The kids would come in and say, oh, there's a this, there's a that. And so they really enjoyed the special characters and
love
elements that are
that.
from the game. I could see this game if I sat down with my two and just we were looking for something casual play while, you know, we were waiting for something, or just, you know, we want to kill half an hour and we just want to sit down and just do something really light. Now that we know how to set it up, it'll go way quicker. And I could see it just really casually just playing that. And they know more of the characters and the nitty gritties of the game and would enjoy it. This isn't one I would grab for an adult group typically, but I wanted to try it and get to experience it. So my game group was very patient and agreed to do this one. Super cute for Minecraft fans. I really like it for that. You know, this is not going to win an award for a new mechanic, a new style, a new element, but for those Minecraft fan kids, I can see them really loving this. And actually, Steve, the general made a comment about this game too. Did you hear that?
I did not, but go ahead.
So she.
I was working. I was working, if you remember, because I was getting ready for the rest of the year.
I wasn't sure, but she had run a daycare for a while, and she made the comment that she could 100% see the kids grabbing this regularly, the school age kids, because this is meant for 10 and up. But again, once you know the mechanics, it goes pretty quickly, pretty easily. So she could absolutely see the school age kids playing this after school on at a regular basis. So it's just finding the right audience for this one. But this was really cute, and it has really nice, the chunky blocks. And that's something I noticed with 3 of the games they sent me. They all have the actual cubes. So you've got that pixelation through physical wooden cubes, which is really nice. So the components are nice like that.
Actually, they're voxels.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. Listen.
I'm just kidding. I was busy prepping for EFG Pod. But
as I'm throwing cubes on the floor, but
there we go.
Super.
Rixa, yeah. I just wanted to play with the cubes. That's what I wanted.
I mean, they're nice.
I just wanted to play with the cubes. And so there we go. What's happening is Minecraft Fever is taking over because that movie did way better than I think anybody possibly imagined. And so not only are we probably going to get another one, but man, let's just be ready for another wave of Minecraft Fever. It's like it never, I guess another wave. Amanda,
stopped.
Did Minecraft ever stop?
No. My kids play Minecraft every day. My son's going to be 14 in July.
I don't believe that. I don't like it.
So I don't like it either. I know.
He's not allowed to be 14.
I know. I don't like it either. I told him that. I'm like, I've had enough of the whatever the heck this growing up situation. This is not for me.
Stop.
I don't love that.
My little baby Jake, who is taller than me and wears my LARP costuming and looks better in it than I do. Than I ever did. Because it's got broader shoulders than me. It makes me look like a bum. It's pretty upsetting.
That's rude.
I mean, exactly. He should knock it off, but I can't fix the shoulder thing. So, lots of Minecraft games. We'll have more to talk about soon because they sent a whole bunch, and there are more to come. I am sure. Speaking of Linda, it's been a couple of weeks, and by a couple of weeks, I mean like a month and a half since we have had an experience with Mom's Playlist. I think it's time to bring it back.
Mom's Playlist hype.
Woohoo!
And
I love Mom's Playlist.
I have.
Did she have a theme song at one point?
She did, but I haven't imported it into this tool yet. Thanks for calling me out, bucko.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So I have the images that we can bring.
All right, so
welcome to our Trello, everybody, I guess. I don't know if you know, we have show notes in Trello. That's what we do. I guess everybody knows. Go ahead. All right.
You know what? It's fine. The kids love when they see the behind the scenes. I always joke when I see my Google desktop, they're like, "We are behind the scenes." All right. So I think the best place to start
BTS right here.
There's a game. There's another Builders and Biomes coming to Ravensburger. So this is all. I'm gonna just gush about Ravensburger for the next couple minutes. So this is a feature of what we saw at New York Toy Fair at Ravensburger that we are super excited about. So what they are coming soon. They did not have an exact date for me at that point. It is not out on the internet that I could find when I looked this weekend, but Minecraft Builders and Biomes Junior is coming. So the one that I had played this weekend was age 10 plus. Actually, technically the box says 10 to 99. we're going to call it 10 plus, because who's going to tell the 100-year-old not to play?
Just
And-
like
I would.
Lego.
That'd be
Just
cruel.
like Lego.
I would.
That would be cruel.
I'm a
So,
stickler.
I mean, you would. You're harsh. But the Builders and Biomes Junior is going to be, I think, for ages 5 and up. I unfortunately don't have that one in my notes, but I believe it was 5 and up. So a little simpler mechanic. We got to play around with it. On the photo there, you can see, again, they've got cubes, and you're actually using is that a pickaxe? Do I have the right Minecraft jargon?
Yes.
You do.
A pickaxe. Thank you. I want to make sure I don't get called out again for using the wrong terminology. To pull blocks down. So with the one that we had played this weekend, the regular version, you are using your fingers just to lift off cubes that meet certain criteria. This one, you're actually using the pickaxe to pull them down. So that's coming soon, a little simpler gameplay, and you're playing into the box. So that should be really fun once that comes out.
This one gives me very big time click clack lumberjack vibes. So if you happen to be one of the handful of people that knows click clack lumberjack, that's this.
I am not. I just know click clack moo, and that's not giving me click clack.
Not
moo
this.
vibes.
Anyway,
No.
this is going to be a fun
Moving
one.
on.
Builders and Biomes
Yeah, that's
Junior
really
is
cute.
probably going to be one of the games that we recommend a lot for younger kids because it's a cool dexterity game and it's way simpler than the grown-up one.
Oh yeah.
I
And this
think I
one,
would
again-
like the junior one better.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big hit. And it'll also bridge to the regular one, which is always nice to happen. And actually, I'm going to use the next one that's a bridge for Villainous. Coming this summer, possibly maybe right before Gen Con,
Ooh.
there is a game called Villainous Unstoppable. And it is a essentially junior version of Villainous.
Ooh,
And
that's
I am
exciting.
Very excited. I'm very excited for this because it does take some of the feel of Villainous, like with the card placement and moving across the cards. And it keeps some of that, but it really simplifies it and streamlines it for younger players. And so I think it's going to make a really nice bridge for the younger players that learn Unstoppable. And then when they get a little bigger and they move to the full Villainous game, it's a more natural progression because there are going to be familiar elements just with more to them. So
Cool.
I'm very excited for this one because Villainous is kind of meaty. You
It
have to
is. It's
be-
it's
and
a crunchy
not
game.
it is not meant for beginning gamers.
Nope.
It is not. So this as a bridge to that, I think is going to be really, really nice. So it looks like this is going to probably be coming out late July, maybe like the first week of August when there's a massive convention in the center of the country, potentially. But that's really
She's
exciting.
being coy,
Another-
guys.
I'm being a
Read
little
between
coy.
the
Yes.
lines. They told
the
us to
line?
be.
You might see this.
Oh,
So,
I have some
yeah,
things I want to
that-
say, but I can't because I can't. I'll text you later.
Attaboy.
Oh boy. So there's one other thing that is probably going to be that is being released about the same time, not for the little guys so much, but there's a new Horrified coming out. And the nerd
Ooh.
in me is so happy because it's a D&D Horrified.
Say
So I am super excited for
more.
that.
Mm.
Oh, I don't have tons of details. There is something special about a D20. They wouldn't give me more details. I don't know if they really have that all fleshed out yet, enough that they're sharing it. But I was teased with there's something with special with a D20. They didn't announce the monsters, but we can make guesses on what might
Well,
be the box art.
They're on the cover.
They're on the cover. I mean, but there wasn't anything like
They did.
you know,
Yeah, they didn't tell
monsters on
us.
the cover. They didn't say.
They
it.
said we
It's
have nothing
cover
to
art.
announce at this time about the monsters. But Linda and I were looking at them like, but they're like right there, and they're like,
But
we
they-
have nothing to announce at this time about the monsters.
Nothing
I don't
to
know.
see here.
Nothing.
I don't know
Doesn't
what,
look like anything to me.
but
No, nothing.
but I can say
they could
is
be
it-
coy, and they could also change that art.
they could.
That's true.
Fine.
There's nothing.
If it's
That
if
looks
it follows
cool,
this,
though.
audio listeners, there's a dragon, a beholder, a displacer beast, and 2 mimics. That's it.
But
On
that's
the
within
cover.
art that they allowed us to see on the cover.
Mhm.
But they were being a little coy with us, so we'll see. I mean, I don't think they will change it, but I mean, they could do what they want. It's their.
They can do whatever the heck they want.
They can do whatever.
No
they want.
cops. No cops.
So,
I mean,
all right.
Kahi's right. I don't really know what a mimic looks like, except for the fact that
Don't be a
it's
mimic.
like a treasure chest with a weird tongue and teeth. All right,
at least
move
they
forward.
didn't have a mimic at Toy Fair. Anyway, that was at PAX Unplugged. They had the mimic.
That's true.
All right,
They did.
Next, they did. Also in August, Mycelia has an expansion coming out called Prisma.
Ooh.
Yes, it looks so pretty. I mean, they follow the same aesthetic. And I'm super excited for
isn't
that.
that the game we
I
played
really like Mycelia.
last year?
That's the one we played, Jeff. Yep.
Okay, yes.
Which
that's the one we played.
Mycelia. I got distracted. Oh, that's the sandcastles.
So you're saying it's
I need to
growing.
label my pictures better. I'm sorry. I did not do good
That's
prep
okay.
work, and I did not label my pictures.
There we
Oh,
go.
you had
There
it.
it is. There it is. That's the expansion.
I would have been fine to
So-
click through them. I got distracted by a teenager who is now home from work and a 12-year-old.
The only
I
thing
mean,
with
those kids
Mycelia
do
is he
stuff.
must be a fun guy to play it.
Yeah.
That's correct.
True.
That means I can't play. I'm not fun.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. One of the other ones that Steve had just clicked through with pictures is Sun Castles of Burgundy. So for those veteran gamers that have been around a while, you may remember Castles of Burgundy. And so this is the designer who created Castles of Burgundy worked with his wife, who is a teacher, and they made a game geared for ages 5 and up called Sandcastles of Burgundy. So and it's funny, I've never played Castles of Burgundy. I know of it. It's not one that I had the pleasure to play yet, but I want to play this so bad just because I know it's a simplified game that is geared for younger kids, just to see how they took this big game and brought it down to a primary level. And I'm really excited to see how that one comes out. And speaking of little kids, there's 2 more things for the littles. One, I completely teacher nerded at Toy Fair. There's a cute game from Think Fun. So the Ravensburger and Think Fun had the same booth, and the PR person we're working with does feature both of those. So I included these 2 because it was part of that booth and that experience. But this is technically from Think Fun, and Balance Beams it's for little kids, again, it's for younger children. And we were going through, they're showing me, and it's cute little, literally it's a seesaw, and you're putting these little clusters of beans, and the goal is to balance it. And I looked at it and I went, oh goodness, I could totally use this for balanced equations. And they look at me, they're like, it's meant to be that mathematical balancing, like have that undercurrent of the math concept of balancing and having it equal on both sides. And I'm like, I picked right up on it, and I was like, okay, teacher nerd, sorry. But I did just teach it like 2 weeks before Toy Fair. So I just got a huge kick out of it. And they loved that I picked right up on, excuse me, the mathematical concept that they underlined it with. So I was very excited by that. And finally.
Wait, before we move on, Linda can confirm I was actually able to solve the first 2 puzzles on that while we were they were talking. I was very proud of my ability to balance the beans on the on the seesaw there.
Did you give him a gold star?
I didn't bring my gold stars. I'm so.
They gave me a pack of Lorcana cards.
That's pretty cool.
They did.
That's not bad.
That's better than a gold star, yeah.
For sure.
Worth way more money too.
Yeah, Steve knows where I'm going next. Because last but certainly not least, they showed me their line. They have a new line of Think Fun Friends. So they've released a preschool line. So they've made some games geared for the youngest gamers, which I love that these game companies are creating games intended for preschool, because there's so many skills you can build at that age and build into the gaming skills that we build on later. So I was very excited to see that. And they have these little characters that are the friends, and they are consistent through the line of the Think Fun preschool friends. Like they're all these same characters that keep coming up. And the little kids love that consistency. They love when they can see the same character pop up in multiple settings. So that's a really cute feature that I think the kids are going to really latch onto. The little ones are going to love this. So I'm looking forward to learning more about this one. And these are definitely going to get featured this summer when I revive and refresh our articles by age and recommendations, because so much has come out in the last couple years that those articles are going to get a heavy refresh because it's time and there's a whole bunch more I can feature. So I'm really excited. So that's going to be part of that.
So many
Lots and
companies
lots of that
are releasing games specifically for younger kids now.
Mm-hmm.
So it is definitely, you're going to have your work cut out for you. That's why we're waiting until the summer.
For sure, it's a big
When
project.
she's not going to be going into the day job every day.
Yeah.
Anything else for us, Linda? That's all the Ravensburger stuff, right?
That is well, that's not all of Ravensburger, but that's what the features from the new things coming from our Toy Fair visit. But there's going to be more, I'm sure. But that's all for now.
Yeah. I mean, you spent a lot of time talking to her, and then you sat down and talked to the teacher folks at Think Fun, and she walked me through all the Lorcana stuff to help get everything started for that, which was quite a treat. So,
Absolutely.
It's a slow news week. So I've just got a few things to talk about. And really, because most of the news recently has either been layoffs, which I don't want to talk about because I don't want to make Amanda talk about it. She has one show she has to talk about it. And I don't want to accidentally, have her have to put her business hat on.
I don't even have my business hat down here. It's upstairs.
It's metaphorical.
Okay, my bad.
It's metaphorical.
My bad. Okay, sorry.
Man, what a writer. But what I would like to talk about is, and I'm interested to hear everybody's opinions on this. They're making they are talking about making a whole bunch of video game movies with Sydney Sweeney. And I don't know why. So between Michael Bay making an Outrun movie with her and her being attached to Split Fiction, does anyone know why? Is it just because she's like the it girl right now?
Margot Robbie announced she was doing a Monopoly movie like the month after.
Well, Margot Robbie can do whatever she wants.
That's
just a different actress doing
I'm not
the
gonna
same
stop.
thing. She's Margot Robbie 10 years ago.
So I'm just surprised. I was also kind of surprised by Split Fiction just because that game came out like a week and a half ago and they're already talking about movie stuff with it. But Amanda, do you have every time I say it, you look up at me. Do you have thoughts and feelings, or do you think that people just be wilding?
I mean, in terms of Split Fiction, it's not really surprising that EA is leaning into this flavor of transmedia, considering layoffs.
Yeah,
that happened today. Not to be smug or coy about it, but I'm just mad at EA perpetually right now. So I think in terms of Sydney Sweeney, Sydney's an it girl. That's really what it is. And Sydney is supposed to be extremely easy to work with. She's beautiful. I wouldn't say that she's a great talent in acting, but I loved her in Euphoria. I thought she was brilliant in Euphoria. And she's got kind of like the girl next door look that works really well across a number of genres. And so it's one of those things where it's like, why not?
And I guess she doesn't really have to be the next, the next great knighted lady in order to do an Outrun movie.
No.
Directed by Michael Bay. It's just, can you get into a convertible and drive with a camera behind you?
I think Sydney can.
I think
she can do that. And she'll probably look super cute doing it.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the Outrun movie is more likely to come out than the Split Fiction movie. And I think the Outrun movie
probably right too.
Because, and maybe it's just because I'm a Fast and the Furious fan. Linda, would you go see an Outrun? Do you even know what Outrun is?
Haven't the foggiest idea.
The Outrun is race car game. I mean, I've learned that I have to not assume things with anyone. I tried to teach my mother how to play Balatro. I actually streamed it on my Facebook page, and I got like half hour into the thing, and then she's like, honey, I don't know if you know, but I've never played poker before, so I don't know any of the things that you're saying. And I was like, oh, This is the first time in my life it's a card game, and you aren't the one teaching me. So let's back it up. Outrun is race car game. That's really all you need. It's one of the OGs.
Okay.
It is.
Camera
Very
set
old.
behind you, race to checkpoints. It was big in the arcades.
It was.
Outrun
huge
was one of the
in
ones
arcades.
where you would sit in a car, and like it would have a steering wheel, and it'd be
Okay.
like one
Like
of them.
cruising California.
Oh man, Cruising California is so good. Man, I wish
Cruising
they
USA,
You
Daytona
pointed out
USA.
into arcades.
Man, I want to go to an arcade now and not just
Let's go to Nomads, man. It's close.
work meeting. Do it for
Go see roller derby next month.
I see plenty of roller.
That's
I
true,
have a
yeah.
roller derby athlete in my family,
Yeah.
Megatron. So it's Megatron.
Maggie.
She corrected me. It's Megatron.
You got to get it right.
I do have to get it right. I mean, it is what it says on the jersey. So, I mean, other than realistically, that is like the biggest news of the week for us. We still have
He froze up. Now we can talk
more.
about it.
I froze a little bit. Uh-oh.
You froze.
That's the biggest news of the week for us. There's
Yes.
not a lot going on. Most of the other news is what's going on, John?
While we're talking about movies, don't forget Until Dawn is in theaters right now.
Oh, Until Dawn. But, well, I mean, that's not so
I
much.
know it's for adults, but
That's
like,
literally, and it's nothing to do with the game. It's
Yeah.
only
So
the
weird.
it's only the name.
Which
Yep.
is
So
interesting
weird.
because the premise of the game would make a good movie.
It
Yeah.
really would. It would be the
It's just-
tropiest movie ever, and it would
it's
be
just a
awesome.
horror
But
version
wouldn't-
of Clue.
I don't even
Wouldn't-
like
That's it.
horror.
Wouldn't-
I don't even like horror games, and
Wouldn't-
I beat Until Dawn.
Wouldn't Until Dawn just be Scream? Just
More
less
I mean-
self-referential.
that and Clue put together, like because it had different
All right,
endings and stuff.
I'm not being dismissive on that. I agree, actually. But I'm thinking, man, if it were me making the movie, I would make the movie about people playing the Until Dawn video game and being murdered while they play it. That would be pretty cool.
I love
That
a
is
movie like
heckin'
that.
meta.
That's an awesome, yeah.
I don't know, man. Why not? I mean, you got to do
They're writing
something.
a
I mean,
screenplay.
listen, they obviously, somebody who wants it, just send me a Subway gift card. You got it. You can have it. Because obviously they were like, well, we can't just do the game. So we got to make
But,
something
like,
else. And I'm like, well,
But why not?
There's a whole inside baseball conversation to be had about this with regards to crediting that I won't get into on this podcast,
Yep.
but I may get
Oh.
into on my own.
oh, well, you definitely know some stuff.
That's the same thing that's happening with all the comic book TV shows, all the Marvel shows.
Yeah, boo.
These guys have been making stuff for 30, 40 years and they don't even get an invitation to the premiere.
Nope.
And like they're using the titles and stuff.
Yep.
If you see TV now, after the first season, they'll change. Every season will be a subtitle. That means they don't have to pay the rights to the other people over and over again. They're just the way rights are now in credit. It's really bad.
It's gross. It's gross. I wish I could fix everything, guys.
Yeah.
I really
Me
We
too,
all
buddy.
do.
But alas, I am a podcast host. So, we fell off the rails a little bit towards the end talking about movies. Welcome to your movie cast. But we'll be back in a couple of weeks, everybody, because we did it. In 2 weeks, I hope something interesting will happen. Right? If not, Linda,
I'm sure there'll be
she's got 3 books worth of notes about
I really
all the
do.
stuff we saw at Toy Fair that we've been missing. And I think in 2 weeks I might be able to talk about.
I got this.
Yeah. And in 2 weeks I'll be able to talk about all the stuff that I saw today that I can't talk about. So
And then
I get to
2
say
weeks
I have-
after that, we get to talk about the Switch too, because we'll have it.
it's crazy. I don't even understand how the universe works. So everybody, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening as much as the 5 of us enjoyed recording, although that's going to be tough. We set the bar pretty high because podcast night is. So I froze. So I'm going to try it again. Hope everybody enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed recording. Although we make that a little bit hard. We set the bar high because podcast night is best night. We will be back in 2 weeks with more stuff. Probably, if I'm looking at my calendar right, we're going to be able to talk about PAX East when our next podcast occurs. At which point, man, there will be all sorts of stuff because I'll be there the whole time. Linda's going to be there on Saturday. It's going to be wild. Amanda's going to be there a bunch of the time working. And so it's going to be fun. So till next time, everybody, have a great night. And until then, do not forget to get your family game on. We'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.